Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update, and snow continues across parts of Colorado. Here's the view up at Aspen. I showed you this morning. It was snowing there, still snowing. So the snow will get lighter and eventually come to an end overnight into Saturday morning. Saturday, there'll probably be a break in the action, and then the snow will come back Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and throughout Sunday across Colorado. So we have more action ahead. All right, here's what I'm seeing this afternoon. So we've got 2 to 3 storm systems through 4-7 across the west. And the interesting part is the final 2 will come out of Canada. So I'll show you what that looks like coming up. You can see the timeline for the Wasatch, Tetons, Colorado, Sierra, and the Northeast. So for example, in the Wasatch, you've got heavy snow tonight through the morning of 4-1. A really great stretch ahead for powder all the way through the weekend. Heavy snow comes back on 4-5 and 4-6. And in the Northeast, still looking at heavy snow potential on 4-3 and 4-4. All right, let me take you over. I want to show you water vapor satellite imagery this afternoon, and it's pretty similar to this morning. There's our low in Colorado generating that snow. Here's our big trough digging into California now. That's what's going to snow in the Sierra. And eventually that's going to run towards the Four Corners and bring and refire that snow over Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, and also Montana, and Colorado and New Mexico in time. So that's what's happening throughout the weekend. Now beyond that, there's another storm up here rolling into Canada and another one behind it. Again, both of these are going to be tracking up into Canada, and then eventually next week they're going to come south. The first week of April, they'll dive south into the lower 48 with the jet. Let me show you what that's going to look like. So there's the forecast jet by close of business today. You can see the big trough, that area of low pressure digging into California. Then by 3:31 and 4:1, it moves into Utah, the Four Corners, Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, and then it's away. And then watch what happens. Here comes that Canadian storm system in the buckling northern branch, and there's probably 2 storms embedded within this. And it just kind of sits and spins for a few different days, and it's not even done by 4-7. So it's likely that this would continue into 4-8. Across a lot of the Intermountain West. All right, here is a forecast radar and satellite by 5:30 today. You can see that snow in Colorado continuing, but here comes our storm out of California. Refires the snow in parts of Utah, Wyoming, and also Colorado. Look at that. So on 3:31, we're definitely into the snow across the Intermountain, and right into 4-1 continues in Colorado, and then it's gone by 4-2, snows in northern New Mexico as well. But here comes the Canadian connection dropping south. So this initial storm system will dive in, kind of dig its trough, and you've got it just kind of sitting and spinning. You can see the rotation, and there's another storm that comes in behind it. So that's why I think we're looking at 2 to 3 different storm systems through 4-7 and probably 4-8, because this has yet to even rotate through. All right, let's talk about numbers. My latest grand totals map this afternoon by late 4-7, looking at anywhere from 2 to 3, maybe even 4 feet in the Wasatch. You can see the numbers. So we've still got a lot of snow yet to go. Looking at probably 1 to 2 feet in the Tetons, about a foot in Big Sky, Brundage, Sun Valley, Discovery, Red Lodge. In Colorado, 6 to 12 inches of grand total accumulation. By the time we get into late 4-7, about a 1 to 2 foot range there for most of the Sierra. And the numbers still look good through interior BC and also Sunshine, because again, that's going to be the origin of these 2 storms in the first week of April, storm systems. Okay, let's look at everything by time period. So rest of today through tomorrow, what you see over the Wasatch, that mainly happens overnight and throughout the day tomorrow, with up to a foot there in Little and Big Cottonwood Canyons. You can see the numbers in Colorado. We could add another 1 to 3 tonight, maybe another 1 to 3 up in the Tetons, and the numbers in the Sierra, 8 to potentially 16 inches. Next time period, this is 3:31 through 4-2. Potentially over a foot for the Wasatch, another 6 to 10 for the Tetons, and Colorado's numbers anywhere from 3 to maybe 10 inches. Okay, final time period. This is 4-3 through 4-7. This is when both of those storm systems will drop out of Canada, so no wonder the numbers are pretty big up there in parts of Sunshine and Banff and Idaho, Montana, where everything's coming from and dropping to the south. Still looking at potentially 10 to 16 inches in the Wasatch, 6 to 10 in the Tetons, and some snow for Colorado. But again, a lot of it's going to depend on what happens on 4-7 and 4-8 as to whether that second storm will rotate south through Utah and Colorado and Wyoming. If that happens, the numbers would go up. Okay, let's go to the northeast. And not much changes here. Still looking at 1 to 2 feet of accumulation. Again, this happens mainly on 4-3 and 4-4, assuming the air temperatures stay cold enough. I mean, the track of the storm looks good, and it's going to have a lot of wind with it as well. I was looking at that this afternoon. So we've got wind, we've got snow, and the temperatures are just cold enough. So we'll have to see if things hold. But right now, that's what I'm thinking. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in here this afternoon to this update. Always appreciate it, and have a great weekend.